So after coming back via the Arizona Peace Trails, made it back to the van, took care of a few things we needed to do, ordered some parts to get delivered to Yuma, and did some maintenance, got Lauren a front tire, all the things. Headed out again. We're gonna go in the direction of the Anza-Borrego Park in California. So got to start, had to fix something with the kickstand. My kickstand's been gouging the swing arm and putting holes in the bottom of my bag. So fixed that, and then we got out here, mostly straight dirt roads. Went by Slab City today, which is bizarre. And so then we found a wash up here that we're psyched to sleep at, right on the edge of an ordnance zone for the military. Not a bad campsite. Almost a full moon. Explore some of Anza-Borrego State Desert Park yesterday. We made our way across the flatlands outside of Slab City and into the park boundaries. We first rode through some sandy rolling areas amongst wind turbines, and then we got out of a wash and through some narrow canyons with a couple obstacles that we had to overcome, some steep downhills and some rocky areas, but all was well. And then we made it up to, I think they call it Seco Diablo Canyon. We went through there where we encountered a bit of a landslide that we decided not to try to go over, so we went around another way through some more canyons and sandy washes out into the Fish Creek wash area, which is much wider and bigger and open, winding through some canyon. A little hike to the wind caves and also around to the mud caves, which are just big consolidated mud cliffs, if you will. And then found a nice campsite up a wash past the wind caves, and this morning we're going to see what else the state park has to offer. Finished up our tour of the Anza-Borrego State Park yesterday. Rode up, I don't even know the names of the slots and washes and whatever else. Came out of Borrego, we're close to Borrego Springs, checked the town out for some gas and some groceries, and then went over to see a bunch of the sculptures that they've got in the north of the town. Some pretty wild stuff. Spread out over a big area. And then we slabbed it for a while to get up to outside of Joshua Tree. Can't remember the town that we're at. Maybe Indio is what we're out of right now. Kind of drove up into the mountains, and it looks like there's a back road into Joshua Tree that we're going to try today. Let's see how it goes. So we camped outside of Joshua Tree National Park 2 nights ago in a little rock quarry area that was pretty nice. In the morning we started on the trail up into the national park. It slowly gained in elevation as we went up a gully, past some hills and rocks and cliffs, and up into the park where the elevation was around 5,000 feet. We finally made it to the hard road inside Joshua Tree National Park near one of the climbing areas and the boulders, and we went down the pavement for a little while past some scenic areas until just before it exits the park we turned off on Old Dale Road, which is access to a lot of old mines in the area. And it started off sandy and easy and flat until we got into the mountains
hitting the pavement again. Once we got on the pavement, we headed east for a while and then a little bit south to the Palin-McCoy Wilderness area, and we took the Palin Pass Road, which was surprisingly beautiful, a bit challenging and sandy in the beginning, so I had to air down pretty good. Then as we got out of the sand, it started getting rocky. We had to work our way up and over the pass and down the backside, where we came out on some more nice roads through the desert just outside of Blythe. We found a place to camp in BLM land for the night last night. This morning, we woke up, went into Blythe to get supplies. We hopped on the interstate briefly to cut across the Colorado River to get into Arizona at Ehrenberg, where we went a little bit north and went through another wilderness area that was also rocky and a little bit challenging, but overall fun. And we then eventually crossed over the paved road north of Quartzsite and hooked up with the Arizona Peach Trails. We tried a little spur section that was very loose and big gravel climb that Paul ended up making it 3/4 of the way up before he crashed, but all was fine. But we decided not to continue that way. Instead, we turned around and went around the mountain a little bit, hooked up with the Peach Trail again, another steep climb, probably the steepest climb that we've done so far on the trip. It's a bit challenging. I made it almost up, but had to stop and use some assistance from Paul to make it the rest of the way. But we finally made it to the top, back down the backside until we came out in some more flat land, and we rode through the desert again and again and again. Right now we are outside of the Royal Arch Scenic Point on the Arizona Peach Trails. We're going to camp here for the night, and in the morning we're going to make our way back to Yuma.